Have you ever noticed that Google never loudly announces every product they're working on? Sure, we all know about Gmail, Google Docs, YouTube, Chrome, the big names everyone uses daily. But beneath the surface, Google is quietly building tools and platforms that could transform into massive SaaS businesses powered by AI. Most people don't even see it because Google hides these moves inside experiments, research projects, and beta launches, and then, one day the tool becomes part of everyone's daily workflow. That is how Gmail started, that is how Google Docs started, and that is exactly how Google Drive started. And right now the same thing is happening with AI. So in this video, we are going to explore how Google is quietly building SaaS with AI, how they reshaping the future of software as a service, and how it might impact you if you are a founder, a creator, or just someone who loves technology. Stay with me because what you are about to hear may completely change the way you think about Google. Chapter 1: Google's SaaS DNA. Let's start with something important. Google has always been a SaaS company. Think about it, Google Search is basically SaaS. You don't install anything, you just type and use it through the cloud. Gmail is SaaS. Google Docs is SaaS. Google Drive is SaaS. In fact, before the term SaaS even went mainstream, Google was already running the model. They gave away free versions to billions of people and then charged businesses for premium features through Google Workspace. That simple playbook has made Google Workspace a $7 billion per year business. So yes, Google knows SaaS inside out. But now the new twist is AI. Chapter 2: The AI Shift. AI has completely changed the SaaS game. Before, SaaS was all about accessibility and collaboration. Now it's about intelligence and automation. And Google saw this shift coming early. That's why they invested in Google AI, built DeepMind, and eventually merged it into Google DeepMind. That's why they launched Bard, which is now transforming into Gemini AI. And that's why almost every Google product, from Gmail to Slides to Meet, is quietly getting AI upgrades. But here's the really interesting part: many of these AI features could stand alone as independent SaaS businesses. Take Smart Compose in Gmail, for example. It predicts your text and finishes your sentences. That single feature could have been a separate AI startup worth millions. But Google gave it away for free inside Gmail. Why? Because their strategy isn't about selling one tiny tool, it's about making their whole ecosystem more valuable and keeping billions of people locked inside it. Chapter 3: Google's quiet SaaS experiments. Now let us break down exactly how Google is quietly building AI SaaS without people even realizing it. First, Google Workspace AI. Google Docs can now summarize long documents. Google Sheets can generate formulas automatically. Google Slides can even create designs and AI-generated images. Each of these features could have been a separate SaaS, like Jasper for writing, Notion AI for productivity, or Canva for design. But instead, Google integrates everything into Workspace. Second, Duet AI for Workspace. This is one of Google's biggest moves, though not many people recognize the name. Duet AI is Google's answer to Microsoft Copilot. You can ask it to write, organize data, create presentations, and even take meeting notes in Google Meet. It's an all-in-one AI assistant, and Google is actually selling it as an add-on subscription. That's pure SaaS, but hidden under the Google Workspace branding. Third, AI in Google Cloud. This is where the real SaaS money is made. Google Cloud offers Vertex AI, a full AI platform where businesses can train, deploy, and scale AI models. Most non-technical people never hear about Vertex AI, but behind the scenes, companies are paying Google thousands or even millions of dollars to use it. In other words, Google isn't just selling ads anymore, they are selling AI SaaS infrastructure. Chapter 4: Why Google stays quiet. So here's the big question: why is Google so quiet about this? Why don't they hype things up like OpenAI or Anthropic? The answer is strategy. Google doesn't want to look like a scrappy startup. They want to look stable, safe, and enterprise-ready. They let startups take the risks, hype things up, and educate the market. And then, when the timing is right, Google steps in with their own AI SaaS solution, polished, enterprise-approved, and deeply integrated with their ecosystem. It's the same playbook they used with Gmail, the same playbook with Docs, and now they're repeating it with AI SaaS. Chapter 5: The Niche Revolution. But here's something you may not expect: Google isn't just building big, general AI tools. They're also experimenting with vertical SaaS, meaning SaaS that is built for very specific industries. For example, Google Cloud Healthcare API allows hospitals and health apps to use AI for patient records, imaging, and diagnostics. Another example, Google Retail AI, which helps e-commerce companies optimize pricing, product placement, and recommendations. These are SaaS products in disguise. Instead of selling one-size-fits-all AI, Google is quietly building tailored SaaS for industries, becoming the backbone of entire sectors. Chapter 6: The Competitive Edge. Now let's compare this to Google's competitors. Microsoft has Copilot integrated into Office and Teams. OpenAI has ChatGPT and its APIs. Amazon has AWS Bedrock for AI infrastructure. But Google has a unique advantage: scale. Billions of people already use Gmail, Docs, and YouTube every single day. So when Google adds AI SaaS features, adoption is instant. No need to convince people to download or try a new startup tool. It's already right there in their Gmail or Docs. That is the quiet power of Google. Chapter 7: What this means for founders. So what does this mean for you if you want to build your own SaaS? It means you shouldn't try to compete head-to-head with Google. Instead, you should build on top of Google. For example, many SaaS founders build Chrome extensions that enhance Gmail or Google Docs. Others create SaaS dashboards that integrate with Google Sheets or Calendar. By riding on top of Google's ecosystem, you tap into billions of users without having to build everything from scratch. In fact, some micro SaaS founders are already making $10,000 per month just by building smart add-ons for Google products. Chapter 8: The Future of Google AI SaaS. So where is all of this heading? Google will continue embedding AI into every single tool they own. We'll see Gmail that writes entire replies automatically, Docs that draft complete reports from simple bullet points, Sheets that generate powerful business insights with just one command, Slides that design entire presentations instantly. At the enterprise level, Google Cloud will expand AI SaaS for healthcare, retail, finance, logistics, and more. And don't forget YouTube, one of Google's largest platforms. AI will help creators edit videos, auto-generate captions, and even suggest new content ideas. All of these are SaaS businesses hidden inside Google's empire. Chapter 9: Should you be worried? Some people wonder, if Google is building all these AI SaaS tools, does that mean startups have no chance? The answer is no. Google plays in the big leagues. They focus on broad, enterprise-level SaaS, but niches, the specific problems of smaller industries, communities, and professions, are still wide open. Google won't build a custom AI for wedding planners. They won't create a specialized AI for small gyms. They won't develop a tool just for indie podcasters. That is where you can win, because niches are often too small for Google to care about, but big enough for founders like you to make serious money. Chapter 10: Final thoughts. So here's the big picture. Google is quietly building SaaS with AI. They're not shouting about it, but it's happening inside Gmail, Docs, Sheets, Cloud, healthcare, retail, and beyond. They embed AI features into everyday tools, turning them into powerful SaaS platforms. They sell AI infrastructure through Google Cloud, and they build industry-specific SaaS solutions for sectors like healthcare and retail. This is the silent revolution of Google SaaS. And for you, the lesson is clear. Don't ignore it. Pay attention to Google's moves, and think about how you can build on top of their ecosystem or carve out niches they'll never touch. Because the SaaS revolution isn't slowing down, and AI is the fuel driving it forward.